All 9 Red Scabbards explained. Part 8, Kanjuro. Evening Shower Kanjuro is Kozuki Oden's 5th follower and the most notorious member of the Red Scabbards for a reason we'll explore shortly. Starting with his backstory, Kanjuro used to be known as the Goblin of Kibi and sold brushes made from people's hair. During Oden's journey to Kuri, Kanjuro tries to steal the samurai's hair but is swiftly beaten. After surrendering, Kanjuro decides to follow Oden as well. Fast forward to after Oden's execution, where Kanjuro is one of the 5 people sent to the future thanks to Lady Toki's Time Fruit. There, Kanjuro, Kinemon, and Momonosuke washed up onto Dressrosa where Doflamingo pursued them. After Momonosuke was taken to Punk Hazard, Kanjuro stays behind on Dressrosa and allows himself to be taken prisoner to help Kinemon escape. Now onto Kanjuro's real backstory. Kurozumi Kanjuro was born into a theater troupe and saw his family killed on stage simply for being part of the Kurozumi family. See, decades ago, the Kurozumi were one of the 5 daimyo clans. However, when the time to pick a new shogun started approaching, the head of the Kurozumi poisoned all 4 of his rivals and ended their lives. However, right before he could become the shogun, the current shogun had a baby in Kozuki Sukiyaki, which ended all chances for the Kurozumi daimyo to become shogun and made his evil plan come to light. This would tarnish the Kurozumi name all the way until the present with Kanjuro. After the death of his family, Kanjuro looked for a place to die and stumbled upon Orochi. Orochi gives him the pain fruit and tells him that the only way for him to get revenge is to act exactly like a Kozuki follower while simultaneously being a spy for him. Being an actor, Kanjuro was able to fulfill his role so perfectly that none of the other Scabbards ever suspected him until the point he confessed himself. Now onto Kanjuro's powers. Kanjuro, unlike the other Scabbards, wields a massive brush as his weapon. This brush can not only slash like any ordinary sword, but he also uses it in tandem with his pain fruit, which makes anything he draws come to life. While initially, Kanjuro's paintings were practically useless due to how bad the drawings were, this all turned out to be just another part of his act, and after confessing, Kanjuro was able to make his drawings look like perfect replicas. Kanjuro has also shown the ability to use armament haki, and is revealed in his Vivre card the ability to use observation haki too. Back to the story. After the Straw Hats liberate Dressrosa from Doflamingo, Kanjuro follows the crew all the way to Wano. Along the way, the island of Zou was attacked by Jack, something that shouldn't be possible without a Vivre card. Later on, once at Wano, the meaning behind the symbolic flyer and the mark of the moon suddenly gets leaked. Then, in Oden's backstory, Kaido is unexpectedly prepared for Oden's attack. And finally, right before the raid, the port where the Alliance agreed to meet up was also leaked and the bridges were bombed and destroyed. As you guessed it, this was all the work of Kanjuro. If it weren't for Kinemon's incredible luck in misreading the riddle image, which led Kanjuro into sending the wrong information to Orochi, this would have completely destroyed any chances of the raid being successful. On the day of the raid of Onigashima, Kanjuro confesses that he was indeed the traitor before he kidnaps Momonosuke and escapes using a crane he draws. Later on, Kanjuro confronts the Red Scabbards at the back of the mansion. There, he and Kiku get into a clash, but the battle quickly ends with Kanjuro cut down. Kanjuro is then assumed to be dead. However, after the Scabbards run into a perfect replica of Oden, it's revealed that in their previous fight, Kiku could not fully finish the job of cutting down Kanjuro due to her emotions holding her back. Ashura Doji then takes down the fake Oden, as Kin and Kiku pursue the traitor. When they meet again, Kanjuro uses a painting of Oden once more to force Kiku to hold back and stabs her, before Kinemon furiously cuts down Kanjuro once and for all. Before kicking the bucket, Kanjuro gets a call from Orochi, who gives a final order to lay everyone's souls to rest by blowing up the mass stock of gunpowder at the bottom of the island. With this command, Kanjuro uses the rest of his power to draw Kazanbo, a massive flame spirit fueled by his hatred with the sole purpose of reaching the bottom. As Kazanbo was approaching the explosives, Yamato arrives just in time to stall the explosions using her ice. Later, when Big Mom is defeated and sent downwards, she sets off one of the bombs, which heavily damages Kazanbo and causes it to shrink and lose its power. The shriveled up Kazanbo finds its way to Orochi, and fulfilling his master's promise to lay their souls to rest, Kazanbo burns Orochi before fading away, thus ending Kanjuro's story.